Hi guys, so as you may already know, I've been an upper in Turkey this summer and I figured out I would make a video about it to share this experience with my subscribers and also with some people, some girls or boys that want to be upper and want some advices, want to know how it went. Okay, so first thing first, I decided to be an upper because I always wanted to go abroad. I'm French and I like France. France is beautiful, Paris is beautiful. I live in Paris and it's beautiful, it's great. People say it's the most beautiful city in the world, but I always wanted to go somewhere else, to explore the world. That's why I learned English, that's why I learned Spanish, that's why I'm learning Russian. I think it's important to open your vision of the world by going in other countries. So I found a job in an internet website, specialized in opera. You can also choose to use agencies, but I haven't made that choice because first of all, if you go in an agency, you will have to wait a lot before you have an actual job, because in agency you have a lot of formal things to do, and it just takes a lot of time, plus the fact that you have to pay fees to use an agency, so I decided to go for a website. So the good thing is that you are in direct contact with the family, so you can really choose by yourself, and also you don't have to pay any fee. It's all free, unless of course you want to be the one to contact the family, because in most websites either the family, either the nanny has to pay to be in contact with others. But without paying, you can still contact families by sending a typical message, like already made message. You cannot add personal things. And if the family is serious about having an upper, they will pay to be in contact with you. So that's what happened for me. This Turkish family, sent me a mail saying they're interested. So I sent them a mail back, like a typical mail that could not change, saying I was interested in them too. So they paid to be in contact with me, and then we exchanged email addresses and we talked for a few days. It went quite fast for me, because 1 week after we met was we talked for the first time on the internet. I was buying the plane ticket, and 1 week again after that I was in the house, so it was quite fast. I was a bit nervous, before buying the ticket, because I was like, well, once I buy the ticket, I have to go there. The ticket was like 400 euros, so I had to go there once I paid the ticket. And my main worry was that it was a fake family, because I did not use an agency to find this family. I used a website. Agencies are safe. That's the one good thing about agencies. That the family you're going in is a good family, a normal family. There won't be weirdos or something. With websites, you don't know who's beside the screen. It might not be a family, it might be like a random guy or something. So I was worried that it was a fake family, or something, because it was a really good offer. If you've seen my video about my updates from Turkey, you can see it was like holidays, like paid holidays. I was like, I thought that maybe it was, I'll say this in English, like too beautiful to be true, it was too much maybe. So to make sure it was a real family and a normal family and stuff, I arranged a Skype call with the father of this family. So this way I could see them all and see that they were a real family, normal family. So I advise you, if you plan to go to be an upper and you don't want to use agencies and go through a website, be sure to talk on the phone, or if you can, it's even better on Skype, because you can see the people, just to make sure, because you don't know who is behind the computer. So when I arrived at the Turkish airport, strangely enough, I was not really nervous, because as I checked on them through Skype, I was sure it was a real nice family and stuff. So strangely enough, I was not scared, I was not nervous. Also, be natural. You know, when you arrive in the family, you might be stressed out because if you're going to be there for a year, you might be like, what's going to happen if they don't like me or if I don't like them or something. So my advice is just to be natural, just be yourself and everything should be fine. So giving presents helps to create, you know, a good atmosphere, like a friendly atmosphere, like you show them that you thought of them before you came, you know. It's always good. Something from your country is a good idea, you know. The most tricky part is probably to find an idea, because in my case I didn't know what to bring to them like as a present. I was like, what? Bring them like French cheese or something? What should I bring them? So in the end I brought them to the 16 years old kid. He was learning French, so I brought him a how do you say this? I forgot how you say this in English, but it's like a cartoon, you know, a book with cartoons in it. I'll put an annotation here to tell you the word I'm thinking about. So I bought him a French cartoon book, you know, The Simpsons, but in French. So I thought it might like it, like who does not like The Simpsons, right? And for the 8 years old one, I brought him Lego. So of course it can be found in Turkey and anywhere else, but I didn't know what else to bring him. I was not about to bring him books or something because he was not understanding French, only English. So I was like, yeah, he likes Lego. The father told me he likes Lego, so I bought Lego. And for the parents, I bought them a bottle of wine. So it was Turkey, so I thought they might be Muslim, but they told me, because we talked with males for a few days, and they told me they were drinking from time to time alcohol. So that's how I knew that they were drinking alcohol. But don't forget this, you know, it might be tricky. Like if you go in a Muslim country, maybe don't bring ham or wine, you know, unless they tell you it's okay, like they did for me. So what I can say as well about this experience is that going in a country with a language different from yours, I mean, I went to Turkey and I don't know to speak Turkish, so it was a bit tricky because you don't understand what people are saying. You might feel a bit excluded from the conversation, from, you know, everything basically, like what's going on, and they tell you, oh yeah, right, you cannot speak Turkish, we were saying this. You don't know what's going on, so that's a bit frustrating, and it feels a bit weird, but after sometimes you get used to it. If you plan to be an upper to improve your language skills, I think it's a good idea too, because if the family does not talk your native language, you have to talk their language. Like if you are French and you go in England and they don't speak French, you will have to talk English. You will have no other option, so it will definitely help you out. So yeah, it was a good experience. So if you are a wannabe hopper, I really encourage you to be an hopper, to go for it. Just be careful to make sure to talk to the family in person, like on the phone or on Skype. That's the most important safety rule. And other than that, yeah, have a nice trip if you go. And yeah, I think that's all I will be saying for today. I hope you liked this video. If you have more questions, you can ask me below. I have it from Spring. You can ask me there too if you want. I will gladly answer anybody's question about being an upper, about whatever. So okay, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you later. Bye. So what else?